Day 65. Oh my goodness, we have had an amazing time in this little tiny cabin. We seriously have spread out all over the place. Where we raided the hell out of that store yesterday. But it's great because I have a gas stove in here, so we were able to make dinner last night and coffee this morning without using our canned fuel, which is fantastic. We wash everything. There's no soap in here, but at least like the water heater here clearly has no regulator on it because the water is like basically melt your skin off hot. And yeah, like he has Wi-Fi. I wasn't able to get onto the Wi-Fi for some reason. He also has service. What the hell? Like AT&T works out in the middle of nowhere here, but Verizon, no, that's so unusual. Now I understand how he feels almost all of the time. But yeah, we've pretty much spread out and sleep in a bed. You know, oh my God, it was fantastic. Dry everything, rinse out the socks that were all muddy from yesterday's mud and water crossings. And yeah, it was a great morning. We're about 22 road miles away from Kremling, which is our next town stop. So I'm not sure what we'll do today. It's nice, just after 7 already. 22 road miles goes pretty quick, but I'm not really interested in getting there like this evening because I don't want to stay in town. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on there. But we also need to spend some time there to figure out our northbound route from there. Ideally, it would be nice to at least use Forest Service roads and then do another sort of hybrid between the bike route and the CDT. Actually, I think up until near Steamboat doesn't come that close to where we are. So we'll have to spend a little time there. But in the meantime, no rush. We got a bunch of stuff to do that we can still do here. Like eat all the food we took from the store yesterday. Yeah, but we'll get out of here eventually. These miles aren't gonna walk themselves. And we're finally off. Goodbye, cabins. This place was amazing. Unfortunately, the store is closed on Tuesdays. Well, it says closed unless we're open, but since they just got fired yesterday, highly unlikely that they were going to be opening the store today. So, and neither of us has a pen, so we couldn't leave them a note. So, Carrie and Beeve, thank you so much for everything. Please, we're going to try and figure out a way to get a hold of you once I get some service. But yeah, we didn't want to disturb them in their place when they're not working and they don't have to, after all of their generosity to us yesterday. So now we're walking up County Road 30 on the not busy side of the Green Mountain Reservoir, heading towards Heeney, where there's supposed to be a marina. So we're going to stop there probably and eat a little bit more out of our packs. Like our packs are totally heavier now than they were when we arrived because of all of the food we liberated from their store. About 5 miles maybe, and we'll take a break. Now I wish I had my sunglasses, but luckily walking away from the sun, so that's a plus. I'm glad we're on this side of the water. Highway 9 looks like it's pretty busy. We're gonna have to walk some of it at some point to get to Kremling, but we're going to milk this road as long as we possibly can, which is basically until the reservoir ends at the Green Mountain Dam. In the meantime, though, there's not really much to do on this road vlog, but look at stuff. So I got my book out. Yay! Start playing with some flower identification. So I'll have some idea of what I'm looking at and trying to ID some of the flowers and the pictures I took. But there's plenty of wildflowers along the road. Oh, whenever I hit a shady spot, I'll see what I see, because I'm not going to stand out in the sun like a dummy and try and figure out what the flowers are. This road's a little busy too, and it's warm out here. And I don't have any sunglasses anymore. A little exposed. But it's not too hot. It's actually a beautiful day. We'll see if we get our afternoon thunderstorm like every other day. It's a giant waterfall cascading runoff heading into Green Mountain Reservoir. But what's entertaining is that this is right here. What the hell? Like, there's an underground telephone cable in this vicinity. right next to this raging gully. Seems legit. Somebody's determined to make me have to take a Claritin today. Wow. It's cottonwood season. Looks like it's marmot mating season. Usually see marmots one at a time. Those two look like they're getting close and comfortable with each other. Or maybe it's like the day after. Hello. Oh, they're so cute. Little fat ass rodents. There's two more marmots. Oop, one disappeared. But the other one is paying close attention. Oh my god, those things are so cute. And here's your daily shot of the mountains we are not in. We wouldn't be in those mountains anyway, but yep. Hello, snow. We're not traipsing through. We don't want to traipse through. You do look beautiful from down here though. Ah, majestic as. If you're looking to get into a new business, Masturbate and Tackle is for sale here in Heeney. Ooh, and they got the booze. We're headed down to the Heeney Marina, take a little break, and have a sit on the water. Oh man, look at the skylights on that place. That's nice. Some of these little cabins are so cute around here. Actually, most of them are because they're tiny. But yeah, get a little break from the county road, and soon this reservoir ends. Actually, that's the end of it up there. So we'll be joining Highway 9, which looks way less fun than the road we've been walking, which has actually been pretty peaceful and chill. Tons of flowers. I've just been digging around my flower book. Anyway, we're gonna go check out the marina. We took out some sandwiches, have a nice lunch. Basically be lazy because, frankly, I have to do a ton of miles today. We're trying to get into Kremling tomorrow morning because we have a shit ton of stuff to do there. Like, figure out how the hell to get back to the actual trail we're supposed to be walking. Prince Valley and back there needs a haircut. We got items to take care of. I need some new sunglasses, like stat, and a new dress. So yeah, we got things to do that we don't want to rush into town and get into town this evening and do it all and then walk back out. Easier just walk in the morning so he gets his breakfast, which is always a big seller for him. And we can take care of all of our stuff in a leisurely manner and then walk out later in the afternoon, start making our way back up to the official trail. So my idea to have a nice break at the marina didn't work so well. Somebody's flappy jaws, very angry. I'm so sad. At least there's a shitter. I'm sure it's delightful. Oh, and look, a little paddle boat. We could sit in there. Unfortunately, this entire area is exposed. But maybe over in this parking area, we can find a nice place in the shade to have a sit. Besides next to the shitter, not next to the pooper. Thus ends our illustrious visit to Heeney Marina. I have no idea how this place got like 4 stars on Google Maps because it's a shithole. There is nothing here. No shade, no tables, no nothing. I have to say though, I would give it 1 star because the bathroom is incredibly clean. And they have hand sanitizer in there, which is nice. So I gotta top off my bottle a little bit because I brought my own in there with me just in case. But other than that, oh my god, I tried to get sodas. The soda machine's not working. It said there was a store. There's not a store. Oh my goodness. Really, unless you have a boat, there's no reason to come here. Anyway, it didn't stop us from sitting on our asses in some shade under a tree for about an hour, hour and a half. But now it's time to keep moving on, finish our walk around the reservoir, and hit Highway 9. One of our less fancy collection spots, right next to some road damage. But we've drunk cow shit water, so really,
we can always say we've had worse. I thought this was a little free library maybe, but apparently someone just expects to get an awful lot of mail. Here's another example of a fairly depressing campground I wouldn't want to stay at. The sites are marked off with boulders. Kind of reminds me of one of the free campgrounds at Death Valley, where it's basically lava rocks mark everything off. No privacy, no cover, no shade, nothing. Oof. And all these little gushers coming down from off the mountain into the reservoir. It's crazy. You can't see them on one side of the road, but they just come crashing out of the other. But anyway, yeah, most of the campground, we've seen 2 campgrounds here now, and they've both been basically just completely out in the open and exposed. I wouldn't care to stay at those. We're gonna cross the spillway. That'll be fun. Get a view of the Blue River on the one side and the reservoir on the other. I wonder how many homesteads are sunk under the bottom of this reservoir. Elliott Creek Campground. Okay, note to self, we're not going to be staying there at any time, ever. Okay, I've never seen one of these before. That's amazing. That looks like it could be the most fun water slide on the planet, or possibly how the Jamaican bobsled team trains. Check out the other side. Oh, hell yeah! Best water slide ride ever. Whatever, US government, keeping us from having fun. This is a Green Mountain Dam. If you look down there, that one's mostly closed, only a little bit of water is coming out. But in this one, it's up quite a bit. That's where all the trash is collected on the other side too. And then when you go on this side, whoa! Oh my God! Tandem water slide. Apparently at some point you were allowed to come in and take a closer look at the reservoir side of the dam, but no education for you today. Just have a beer. So this is what Green Mountain Reservoir looks like from the north end, right next to the dam. Thing's huge. Beautiful. It basically dams the Blue River. Gorgeous out. So he thought that the water depth, there's a gauging station or a gauging post just over there. We could see it from the other side before we made the turn. He said he thought it was at 48 feet. Can't talk. I am so full of food right now. We smashed like almost all the food we got from that little store, so we wouldn't have to carry it with us. So back to the Blue River on the outflow side. And yeah, US government taking care of our water for us. Thanks. There are all these Bureau of Reclamation markers in the bridge. Oh, this wind is blowing my dress. This wind is blowing my dress. These rocks are closed to public access due to an increased reported number of visitor accidents. Presumably that means dum-dums jumping off the cliffs were getting themselves killed. So no more amateur yard darting yourselves for you people. Courtesy of the United States Forest Service. So in this area closed for public safety, here we have a bunch of people jumping off the cliffs. Awesome. That chick right behind me couldn't remember how she got up onto the publicly closed area. Definitely a candidate for Darwin's Awards. Oh, I'm getting smart. That was uncalled for. I'm saying nice things about you, nature. God damn. Well, despite not hearing the screams of horror resulting from some dumb teenager diving to their death, we saw both their cars drive away. Apparently, all the occupants decided to not cliff jump and go home today safely. Good for them. We took a break anyway, so that Nightcrawler could pull out some snacks and also to survey today's walk, which has basically been from beyond the end of that blue down by Davis Springs. You can see the Shithole Marina where we tried to have lunch. And then our walk. Basically, around, by the time we're done, maybe 2/3 of the Green Mountain Reservoir to get back to Highway 9 and these awesome rock formations on this side. Ah, so cool. So cool. Which is probably the opposite of the way Highway 9 is going to be. It's probably going to be exposed with little shoulder. Luckily, I found a couple of Forest Service roads. I think we're going to be able to bypass at least a good half to 2/3 of the Highway 9 walk into Kremling, so that'll be nice. So we're thirsty than we expected to be on this walk, and there's not sure water for quite a while, so we're gonna pop into this campground and pick up some water out of this reservoir. Again, it cannot be worse than the cow shit water we drank. Just have to keep telling yourself that, but better to have nasty water than die of dehydration on a highway where it's probably going to be hard to get people to stop for you. I've got to say, quagga is one of the more fun invasive species names I've ever heard. A quagga mussel. I don't know what that is, but I don't know. It kind of has a cute name like koala, quagga, like a quokka. Oh my gosh, I would love to have one of those. I saw a video about those quokkas. Those things are adorable, but apparently the aquatic version is not so good. That was a fairly uneventful water stop. Very calm and chill. This is a boring campground. There's hardly anybody in it. I think Nightcrawler was hoping for a confrontation or interaction with the camp host, which didn't happen because he milked it as long as he could. Anyway, on to Highway 9, boo. It's really busy. But hopefully within a couple of miles, we can step off onto a dirt road and bypass some of the highway, which would be nice. Hopefully there's some trees on it. But frankly, it ain't looking good. It's all pretty much just big sage around here. Oh well. And on to Colorado State Highway 9. The speed limit is 65. Pretty busy highway. And on the plus side, looks like we're gonna go downhill for a while. Look at that! Woohoo! The breeze is nice and cool, even though it is a headwind. That's okay. We'll take it. So there's a dead something. Oh my god. I can't. Must get in front of it because the wind is blowing the smell. He's gonna go play with it. I'm standing on the other side of it because the wind's blowing that way. Oh my God, that thing stinks. He has no sense of smell. Oh, good God. I can't watch. Oh my God, the smell of that dead deer got stuck in my nose hairs and throat. Ugh. So I'd eat a bunch of candy to get the smell out. It was reasonably effective. This road isn't so bad, even though it's a lot of traffic and high speed. I could do without the wind. Well, I could do with the wind if it was blowing me from behind, but it's in the face. That's all right, though. We're going downhill. Obviously, I don't want to go downhill too fast. But anyway, it's nice because this has a big shoulder, so it's a little less stressful when these monsters come by, all flashy and blinky because they're slow. And they're trying. Thank you. But yeah, busy road. Be glad to get off it. I hope that the road that we're going on to, though, first of all, I hope it exists. Second, I hope it's not private property, because that's happened before. But I hope there's not a lot of traffic on it, because if it's a dirt road, I broke my sunglasses. I don't have any protection for my eyes right now, other than my hat, which I am wearing. But obviously it doesn't block out everything, or much at all. Anyway, we'll just see how it goes. Still rather walk that than this, just because, you know, blacktop, traffic, stress, whatever. Now entering Grant County. I'm gonna miss Summit County because it's so close to Eagle. And I spent a lot of time there growing up. But I don't have a lot of good memories of that area now, so I'm kind of glad to be leaving there as well. Let's see what Grant County's got going on. Hopefully, a way for us to get back onto the actual trail without dying in the snow or being eaten alive by mosquitoes. These would all be good things. So we're crossing over this bridge. It looks like a drainage, and I think it actually is. There is some drainage going on here, over there. But it looks like it's also an animal crossing, possibly with a game cam. Pretty cool. So we turned off onto the road that Gaia indicated was like a Forest Service or BLM road. But all we could see from the highway were these houses. Haven't seen any no trespassing signs yet, so hopefully we won't. But anyway, give it a shot. We're trying to make our way back to Heeney Creek and get off the highway for a while. So crap. That road that's on Gaia goes through private property. There's no trespassing sign by order of the sheriff. Fuck, that sucks. Because it would have been nice to be off the highway for a while. Once we get around this next bend, there's another way back to the side road. Hopefully that's not private too. Unfortunately, there was no trespassing sign at the highway, which would have been super helpful since clearly this is all private property. So that blows. Backtracking. But at least it wasn't too horribly far out of our way. Annoyance. It would be nice if Gaia only had roads that you could actually walk on that weren't private roads on their app. I made a waypoint. If I remember later, I'll send it in. Ask them to please remove it so that wayward travelers like ourselves do not find ourselves trying to break laws or breaking laws inadvertently like I did on the way into Cuba. Oops. Okay, so this road also shows on Gaia, but it's pink, not black. I think all private roads should either be marked differently or just taken off Gaia altogether. We found the noisiest place on this road to take a break, but it's also the only place with shade. And we almost get a view to the other side, but a nice view, a nice commanding view of the hill we just climbed up, which was not that bad. And we're about to hit a downhill, which is good. But yeah, it's nice in here, in this little breezy tunnel, and like our voices sound crazy. I'm easily amused. So Gaia is just sucking for us today. There was supposed to be a little short spur road to get to that side road there, but it doesn't exist anymore. And all of this is behind no trespassing, private, and you'll be prosecuted or whatever signs, which is some bullshit. Look at all this. There's no houses out there. Who owns all this? Annoying. Gaia, I've got a strongly worded email coming your way. Okay, so I found some roads on Google Maps that are supposed to take us to Harsha Gulch and then down to the Blue River. Unfortunately, we've been walking along this fence for like ever, and what the hell? Once again, this road is also on Gaia. There's a speed limit. I don't understand this. How is this padlock closed? This looks like a public road to me. And there's a padlock on the gate. There's a speed limit sign. There's speed humps. What even is up with this? So I think what we'll probably do is walk up to the animal thing and get in that way, because this is some bullshit. This looks like a public road to me. There's no trespassing, no private property, none of it. But all of these fucking fences have been padlocked that we've walked by on this road. These fences, like, you can't see them on Google Maps. They just show us roads. Oh my God, this has been like the most frustrating day with this fucking fence. We'll figure it out. So we made it down into Harsha Gulch. I don't know what they do down here, but apparently trucks haul stuff. Maybe from the quarry we passed up at the top of the road. At any rate, there's the beautiful Blue River. Oh my gosh, everything is just so green. It's awesome. We're gonna walk on this road for a while and find a place to pitch our shit for the evening off of the highway and a little bit out of Kremling, so that we can just get up early. We don't have to spend the night there, and take care of business tomorrow before heading back out and finding our way back to the trail. We got skeeters. Bah. But I found a place that looked like it'd be decent to camp, so we're gonna get some water and bring it back up. But then we saw these buckets. Ew. Yeah, not gonna be drinking out of that bucket. Snow fence, mud, sludge, and a ditch full of some nasty ass water. Negative. It's too bad though, because this place is like, this spot right here is flat as hell. And it doesn't have a lot of grass, which is nice because, ticks. We gotta get some water. So we picked up some water and went looking for a place to camp when we found this little screened in wood shelter thing. No idea what it is, but there is a first aid center in here and a nice bench and plenty of floor area, but mainly protection from the 100,000 zillion mosquitoes. Although we did have to walk through, I'm still paranoid about ticks, what I imagine to be tick infested grass. But we also both put on picaridin before we, suck it ticks, die. Anyway, we're gonna call this home for the evening. So I have no idea what any of this is down here, but it seems to be a really well taken care of area for the most part. Like, there's a bunch of trees that have hoops around them, and There's some areas that are plowed out, but still no sight or sign of any no trespassing, no hunting, none of the usual suspects. All be prosecuted. The sheriff will be called, or by order of the sheriff. No signs like that. We basically just had to walk through one of the animal tunnels to get here, so whatever. Anyway, we're kicking it here tonight, crumbling tomorrow. I think it's lovely. Well, it's 10 till 9, and it turns out that we were on private property after all, belonging to Dow Jones. And we startled an employee, which was unfortunate. And he called the sheriff, which is also unfortunate, and the caretakers for the property, one of whom was actually really nice. And the sheriff was actually really nice too, or the cop was really nice too. He brought us back up to the road where we met a more disgruntled caretaker who started asking a lot of questions and was talking about wanting to cite us. Now, the cop asked if we had any more questions and was ready to let us go, and said yeah, and so here we are. I'm waiting for Nightcrawler to come. He's just standing there while the angry guy was talking about whether they're debating whether or not to cite us. I'm not really in the mood to hang around and wait for that, so I'm not sure what's taking him so long. I mean, the mosquitoes are horrible out here, but I'd rather get bitten by mosquitoes than fuck with cops some more. So I hope he hurries up, because I'm strolling. I'm on public easement. We're back on State Highway 9 now. And we still have to find a place to camp. Well, that didn't turn out so good, did it? Okay, so we managed to get unscathed with citations on law enforcement, but we did get bitten probably a few dozen more times by mosquitoes. Anyway, it's approaching 9, and the cop was nice enough to drop us off back where we went into the property so we wouldn't have to backtrack. He had offered to drive us into Kremling, but you know how we are. Anyway, so we're back on the road. We'll figure out a place to camp, not on private fucking property. Oh my God. Look, Dow Jones, if you want to hog up all the land in Colorado, put up some fucking private property signs and no trespassing. Don't just put up road signs that say the speed limit to drive and that you have trucks hauling things around. That would be super helpful. Okay, thanks. Bye. Can you see me? No, but there's the moon. All right, so I found us a place to camp a little bit up off the highway, not past the damn fence, and stealthy enough, hopefully. And hopefully the weather will stay nice, because I didn't put the fly up. I thought, a big yellow reflective tape fence might cause a little more attention than we wanted. Anyway, we found a place to throw down for tonight. We'll just have to get up early and start walking, but that's all right. That just means we get breakfast a little bit sooner. So, night.